Doesn't even have Dota
He was
Plus.
also 5 on the Meepo, so you might be right.
No, I think you called it. You were like, he doesn't even have Dota Plus in game 1. He's not got it. None of that stuff. Everyone's tipping the Batrider. I'm not sure why. Interesting. But off we go. Game 2. Night Pulse already won a game to the good in this best of 3. Liga team smoked as 5, wandering into that northern jungle. The Radiant already have double vision placed and readying themselves for any kind of sneaky move.
Kami really enjoying his cosmetic here in the mid lane as he spins in circles in front of the tower. It makes a fantastic little visual here. Of course, once you start looking, it's like a watched Faceless Void never spins, as they say. Very common phrase. Checking for wards.
Nice, nice. There is one right to the very far left, yeah.
Yeah, technically he did notice, but it was kind of hard to judge in the moment.
Difficult to pinpoint exactly where it is. Alchemist is out on his own in that top river, but 3 allied heroes just offset to the right-hand side. Looks like it could be like a big 5v5 clash almost over this top rune. Look at this. Maiden and Enchantress are charging forward. Gush to start things off. Alchemist the target. Jumping forwards towards Ramses, who concocts up a nice little potion here.
Deny.
The tide. Ramses, the final touches. The tide. I told you, Trent. The Tide Hunter's going to slap him, annihilate his opponents. Gets the first kill, gets first blood, and onto Ramses.
Dude, I think he was in range for the deny. It looked so close. I can't believe he didn't go for it.
Oh, the concoction deny?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
He was so close. Like I think he would have had it. But he threw it. He chucked it off. He did. I don't know. He didn't believe.
No, he didn't. No trust in himself. And down at bottom, Techies has already been kind of bullied away from lane. But yeah, eyes on that mid lane. Like you've been talking about, TA versus Puck. Not looking too good for Warwick, who was already burning through the majority of his regen and isn't trading into the TA at all.
Got a couple of big hits early here by the looks of it.
Merlin also in a bit of trouble top. Gets away from the Bat and the Alchemist. Allows Vazzy then to play forward. Gush level 1. Needs to get to that 2 for the Anchor Smash to feel a bit better about this.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on stacks a lot this game as well, as we were kind of mentioning during the draft. But for the most part, Dire side looking to feed as many as they can into TA and Alchemist. And then, of course, Tide Hunter. Pretty dependent on stacks and something you can rely on when you have an Enchantress on your team as long as that's part of the focus. But there's a balance for the Ench of how much do I want to pressure mid, how much do I want to pressure through Twin Gate, and how much time do I have to afford stacks. Because unlike a Beastmaster like we had earlier today, Tide Hunter not able to do a lot of stacking himself unless he's getting really bullied.
Yeah, and then you also have the other option, right, of do I want to farm jungle myself as the Enchantress? You know, just playing off map and hiding, being a hidden threat while accelerating can be an option as well. Wondering what the Tide's going to go for here in terms of skill build. Because I guess a value point in Kraken is nice, but he wants to max out... Like, you want to max out damage in this kind of lane, surely. It's like 4-1-4 build. Just go slam people.
Get real crazy with it. I mean, it would be pretty gnarly to try and ruin an Alchemist. But it can also be risky.
Yeah, I guess the Kraken pop threshold is always nice against heroes like Bat. Well, we'll see what he does.
A lot of it comes down to your stacks, too. At least that's what I'm always thinking when I play Tide. It's like, what do I need to farm that whole Ancient stack and be happy about it?
Right.
You
know? Yeah. Need that Kraken shell to tank up. Well, they're trying again top. Concoction and Firefly over on Vazia. Merlin's arrived with the Nature's Attendants, though. Keep him topped up and a good amount of damage back onto the Batrider himself. Very back and forth in this lane. After that one death of Ramses, he's trying to give as good as he got. So far, Dire doing very well on the last hits, and Techies diving in with a blast off onto the Crystal Maiden, getting the snipe with the Mars. Kami trying to get forward. Nice body block there. Gets in front of the Techies between the trees. But Techies, 300 move speed against Faceless Void, 300 move speed. Void, 15 seconds. Oh, time dilation's there, though.
Roche is there, though.
239? I'm dead. What did he just say?
What?
Did you hear the Faceless Void hero line?
No.
It's like, it sounded like he said immortal fungus.
I mean, that's pretty accurate if you're talking about techies.
He is mold. He is fungus on the face of the earth, plaguing us. He does lose his courier under tower there, nicely spotted by Kami.
Ramses has to throw a concoction onto Vazia up top because he takes a lot of damage.
Whew. There's some strugglers in this game now. Faceless Void not lasting particularly well. Alchemist under a lot of pressure, same kind of story. The difference between Puck and TA becoming very apparent now. And yeah, Ramses, he's going to gather up some CS here under tower with Acid Spray, so that's always nice. And even a pushback on Vazia, allowing Pantomime get some good damage in this top lane, but no real kill threat. It's just pressure. Might even get turned around on here as well. Thankfully, Gush on cooldown and no mana for the Tide. But everyone's towing that line between life and death so delicately in this top lane.
Yeah, there is another flame break here, and I don't think this is enough, though.
He's a very tanky boy. With 3-1 charges, level 2 Anchor Smash. And Pantomime just getting right-clicked down by the Enchantress. Ooh, the stick. Nah, it's not going to be enough. The spears just keep on flying.
Jeez, the value of this Ench in this lane has been crazy. So many right clicks. Every time I look, I'm just like, imagine if there's a Blightstone. But now has the boots coming out here to speed up even faster. If she wasn't sprunky enough already. And we'll get back in time for a double stack by the looks of it here. So, oh, never mind. Sorry, Merlin's busy. No time for stacking. Only fighting. Can't spend the 6 seconds that would have taken.
She has to go and go and spread her wild oats. Go and throw some acorns and seeds at people.
Oh, she tried. She was trying to get the camp unblocked. That would have been a humongous play if that had worked. But she was 1 second off. Ramses
circled in around by Merlin. Gets off the Nature's Attendants, but a lot of magic damage coming the Enchantress's way. Tide is here. Gets pushed back. The Siege Shot, the Anchor Smash, and the Warpine Raider. Merlin gets the kill. Honestly, worth it. Killing Ramses there?
Yeah, and that was kind of a sick play, though, by Ramses. Like, he bought himself a lot of time getting to the trees. I thought he was just going to get killed without even getting the Ench in return. So he found something out of nothing. But yeah, this is a bit of the cost. I mean, Merlin is just not worried about the Tides game in terms of like setting up their own farm. They're trying to improve their game by shutting down this Alchemist. Because we've all seen these Alchemist games. It's so frustrating. He just goes to the jungle, he gets a Radiance, 15 minutes, and it just feels like impossible to play against.
He disappears into the mines, doesn't he?
He yearns. So much mind yearning right now. Junter, I'm
back.
back. Remember this Crystal Maiden?
The wraparound. They've got a TP coming in. Techie's arriving. Ramsey's half HP with a bat trying to protect this Alchemist straight on towards the Crystal Maiden, burning her down. A Frozen Lady is thawed. And a Flame Break to push back Vazia. Might enable Ramses here to land this concoction, get another stun. Damage from the Sticky Bomb and Blast Off might be enough, but he pops his one, stays alive. Anchor Smash is still coming, and Merlin.
Get the Lotus.
Quite a bit of damage out these Impetus shots. Lotus in the pool, but no one's taking it until back comes now.
Boo. Oh, look at TA mid.
Yeah.
Grabbing the wave with the illusions in behind.
And then pressing forward to keep right-clicking tower.
What a nuisance.
Oh, Vazia.
Meanwhile, people
punishing.
are dying. I don't know. Things are happening.
I mean, Pantomime and 1J were trying to come and steal the Wisdom Rune. Looks like they're going to both die for it, though. A double kill for Vazia out of nothing. So I was going to comment 30 seconds ago that, hey, Liga, they're not sending cores to top tier 1 to die, but they send 2 supports to do it instead.
They're mixing it up a little bit between the games.
You just notice, right? Rebel has not left mid lane. He is staying mid, not moving. Alchemist hasn't stepped past a large camp. He is just by his tier 1 tower farming.
There is another thing I'm noticing, and that is that this is going to be an absolutely disgusting TA Shard game. Like, the Shard is just ruining the Puck and the Void. Void, speaking of which, in a bit of trouble here, he's a time walk.
Yeah,
that's an arena used to no kill.
Yeah, Kami gets out of it. That was Arena Spear. It was nicely done, but Mars with a techie still looked like they might get the kill on this Faceless Void. He overplayed his hand, expecting more damage from the Maiden, maybe, but Mars just stays alive.
All right. The real carry survives, though, of course.
Oh, the maiden.
Seed shot coming in.
Alchemist. Ravaged. Concoction. Gets thrown. Surviving thanks to the flame break. And Ramses is away. He's out of there.
I mean, I gotta give him credit. I feel like he should have like 4 or 5 deaths at this point. Somehow managing to survive.
It's that extra gauntlet. The raindrops. Every little helps.
And the mines.
And the mines.
What happened to the buff? Oh, it's just not on the creeps. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because they used to be on the creeps. So they used to get it.
Yeah, it was pretty nutty with like Chen creeps having plus whatever armor or plus damage when they went to the graveyard or whatever it was. Oh yeah, all my skeletons have plus 15 damage or something stupid. A pretty big move here from Night Pulse.
They have this ward in the lane.
Yeah.
It's not enough though. Ooh, we got a troll though. Time to raise the dead.
I was
a little
wondering,
rally action.
Does Warwick want to move here? Like, he lost his tier 1 and he's just vacuuming up all the creeps that come his way. I want to see the puck get involved, but I struggle to see how. Warwick is pinging the TA saying, hey, Rebel's farming through our jungle. Maybe you can go and catch him? But there's a very deep Dar Observer Ward here that might see them coming. Spots Merlin arriving.
Surely he's dead.
Comes up the staircase. He's got Chrono, so I think absolutely dead here on the Templar Assassin. Good shout by Warwick there. You could see the change intact. Not stay bottom and play, but to smoke backwards instead.
But how did they just get away with that? Like, I feel like there were so many people missing on the map, and like where he was positioned. I don't know. I'm surprised that gank landed, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they were just fully sold on them playing bot. The Mars and the Bat probably making calls like, yeah, they're down here. And the Observer Ward also false sense of security. You don't expect people to
definitely
move.
Happens.
It's like your enemy moves bot, they show. You don't expect them to smoke back through their own jungle towards mid, right? It's just like not a done thing. A good little adaptation there from Night Pulse. Night Rider.
Thanks, Gary.
I don't know. I just don't want to say Night Pulse again.
Team Midnight Pulse. Oh, spear into arena.
Who have they got?
Not quite the way. Well, it was spear, and then there was the arena, but the spear didn't actually go into the arena because it missed the CM, so it just went through the arena. And
then a Chrono, and then a runaway, and then the Crystal Maiden dies in the end anyway. Kami, 10 seconds on Time Walk. That's a pretty hefty cooldown. Speared against a tree, and he's gone as well.
Oh, wow.
Lasso was also used. Yeah.
I was really hoping that 100 damage would get him the last hit, I guess.
Dead is dead.
That blink dagger.
Mr. Vazia. Mage Slayer nearly done. So tied, tanking up, heading into Mage Slayer, Blink, and Shard.
He's got to do some heavy lifting on this Tidehunter. Because Rebel is massive. He's got a 50% net worth gain over the puck. Arena up in 30 seconds here. CM looks pretty free.
Easy peasy. Good coil and kill from Warwick, though. First real involvement of this puck. Grab a couple of kills.
Oh, the spree goes to Merlin, though, on the edge. Would have been so good to get that on work.
I don't know. Ench is the one that's scaling into the real carry, right? Dragonlands, get some good shit going on. Puck right now is scrambling for Witchblade.
Speaking of scaling, Midas on the way here for Kami.
Much needed. Yeah, bottom net worth of the cause. Your puck in Faceless Void having really tough times when you're against an Alchemist who has now... Wait, has he got Radiance on Courier? Yeah,
so Radiance plus 1,000 gold. That is wild to have farmed that much before the Courier even gets there.
He's a big boy.
I mean, as mentioned, it's a very good Radiance game. Between the evasion and then the burn that it's giving, Puck, of course, uses quite a bit of right-click these days. It's great versus Faceless Void. It's great versus Ench. It's very rare that you have a lot of value versus a support, but you actually get it versus Ench. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's only 700 radius, so, it's not necessarily you're going to get the burn, but you still have the evasion itself versus her, so it's still super solid.
Oh, Ob's placed under a sentry. Upsetty. Mars. Kind of hoping that the enemy run towards him. Looks like Bat's going to try and drag them into his waiting arms. Pantomime already half HP though. Getting burst down. Not expecting the Enchantress to be there. In the meantime though, like Alchemist closing in on 10k net worth. TA's not that far behind. Spamming through the ancient stacks. Has a big stack on the far right hand side of the map as well to clear out. So we're going to see this TA crack 8k pretty shortly. And the onus, absolutely, on Night Pulse here to make moves. They've got to get Warwick involved with his Witchblade. Enchantress and Maiden offer a lot of damage. They just need that coil to help them out with a disable. As long as they can play as 4 and like play into the Tidehunter, give the Faceless Void another, what, let's say 15, 20 minutes of catch up and farm time.
It didn't sound very good once you calculated the number, did it? You were building up to this possibility, and you were like, how many minutes would it take?
15, 20?
Yeah.
A lot more.
All right, but I mean, this is the dream. It's exactly what you want. It is happening. All right, go Power Rangers. Everyone TP. Slow on the
half
TP.
HP Alk. Ravage is there. Alchemist dead. Freezing Field comes out from the Crystal Maiden. And it looks like Merlin's still trying to battle into this Techies. TA's arrived and jumps straight onto Yanta. Meld strikes and physical right clicks. As the Crystal Maiden gonna sail on away. The Chrono's nice from Kami. 3 caught up inside it. TA stomped by Merlin's Centaur at the last second. No meld, no refraction. 4 heroes down. Night Pulse come in here. Do they lose a single
you couldn't
hero?
have played it better.
Everyone
you called
survives.
it, Gary. Oh, Roche!
Wipe incoming. Potential kill on the puck, though. The phase shift is there. The frostbite and the final damage from Warwick gets the kill.
Were they? Am I crazy? Were they out of stuns? Did Roche just his TP out?
Yeah, Roshan comes through as well. He has a 5v5 plus a Roshan. It's a 6v6. He's on both teams at the same time. Oh, it's wild.
We weren't actually just being reactors there. We just had to fix something there, guys. So thank you very much for your patience. We are back in action.
React Andy.
Yep, that's us. That's what we do. Well, you know, you could not have said it any better. They smoked towards their Tidehunter, and it worked. They might even get another pickup here on the bat. Techies, don't get too close. They'll come for you next. And remember, this is now only a 1k lead, a less than 1k lead, versus an Alchemist, a.k.a. you're losing on the side of Liga. Oh, there's no... I mean, they can't get this, can they? Even with the blink. I think he's too fast.
I don't know, man.
This would be a disaster. Ramses, no.
Kami. One bash from Kami. Time walk.
Give this guy... Oh, there's the miss. There's the miss. That's the buff right there. That was Ice Frog. He saved your life.
And Kami didn't want to go for it. He was like, nah. Not risking that over there.
He saw what happened to them last time.
Yeah, that was really like one of those, you know, team spirit moves where this is it. This is the one move we have to make. It's got to pay off. Play into the tide. Play into collapse. Let's see what he can do. And it just works out beautifully for them.
It is so hard to be the comeback guy when you're playing Tidehunter. I think this is one of the hardest heroes to, like, when your team is kind of blowing it and you need to save the game. It's just so hard because it's Ravage. It's 150-second cooldown. You really need the big gold for these kind of items that are super aggressive like this. Mage Slayer, Blink, and really throwing your body into them. Allowing your team to have the time to make those plays around you. And what a chrono again from Kami. Like, catches 3 in the chrono, and then Merlin gets a follow-up stomp outside the chrono. Like, the positioning was just so good. And now Rebel just farming up bottom.
Oh, Faceless Void. Yules into Arena Spear. Lasso, is it coming? Pantomime trying to catch up to him.
I heard it.
Kami just helped out by the Tidehunter. Comes back in onto this Mars, chronos him up, and looks for the kill. Was Lasso used? It was.
It was.
Am I
CM
blind?
died mid at the same time, by the way.
Did Kami time walk through Lasso?
I'm going to check. I'm also very confused.
Because it's on CD, but I didn't see him get lassoed. It was you. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched it get used. I don't know who it hit.
Maybe he got it on a creep.
That was my assumption as well. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Interesting.
If they could just pause. Oh, wait. Oh, I had it. He used it on Faceless Void. He received Faceless Void debuff.
Ha!
Or Flaming Lasso debuff. And then he lost it in the same tick. He received and lost it in the exact same tick.
Was that
so? It must have been another time
walk
thing.
He time walked through it.
So you remember when the Doom thing happened?
Vazia speared back in towards this Alchemist. Mars losing a lot of HP, but Vazia just going to get shredded by the TA, surrounded by Liga heroes.
So somehow we have managed to code backtrack back in accidentally on Faceless Void. So much like when Amar, I think it was Amar, right? He tried to doom the Faceless Void, and he got doomed, but he still finished the time walk animation. I think that just happened again, where he got lassoed, but did the time walk, and because the distance is created, it breaks the lasso.
Wild.
That's the only thing I can assume.
Is it like a frame or tick perfect, whatever?
Yeah, it's just a complete tick perfect. They both get resolved at the same time, I guess. Like we're playing Magic the Gathering and we're going down the stack or something right now. Because it was the exact same tick in the combat log. So that is pretty wild. My apologies, Pantomime. That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, Kami's going to be like, what the hell? I heard Lasso get used, but I'm fine. Oh, we're back to a 6k lead. Alchemist, you know, he gets back to farming, starts accelerating very quickly. A little bit of free time there. Leisurely farming for Ramses. A 16k net worth up on him. But absolutely signs of life from Nightpulse here. Getting some good moves, getting some smokes going. Just need to keep catching up on this puck. Because you know you're in an Alch game. You know, his inflated net worth, you can kill him, get it all to go down the drain. Absolute possibility when you have Ravage and Chrono as these big team fight ultis.
I think they're going to miss their window to maybe try and grow this a bit further as Liga, though, because this Manta style is... I mean, I guess I shouldn't say almost done. It's a pretty pricey recipe these days. But when it is done, it's going to make a humongous difference for Kami, because we have an Orchid finished on the Alchemist, you have the Shard done on the Templar Assassin. Like, those are two really big silences that can mess you up, and Puck is still dealing with the exact same thing, because still lacking any dispel on that hero as well. I think they're ripe to just win a fight right now if Liga can actually manage to lock them down, but, you know, you also have this idea of just like, well, we could just farm more, because our heroes like gold a lot.
Yeah, but then they could, you know, take Roshan, get Aegis, and then farm even more. Play on the enemy side of the map.
That's broke talk. That's that's, you know.
Core
players, they just see gold lying around. They can't walk past it.
Push waves, please. Let me farm jungle behind you. No. Well, smoke coming in from Nightpulse. They had this area warded, so they know the move has been made. Tide shows his face. Star Observer sees him.
All right, there's Ramses in behind.
Ramses. Concoction, Orchid, Crystal Maiden half HP. The Ravage will jump in from Kami, and Ramses all alone, about to die to the bashes. They finish off the Maiden with the Mars and the TA, but the chase forward now with the Chrono still available. Techie's under Glimmer Cape, hidden in Invis. Reactive Taser's a little bit annoying, but they've got long-range right clicks and Kami to finish it off as well. 2 down, 1 in the trade. Rebel and BB3PX still looking for the jump with this arena, though. They don't have Blink Mars, though. I keep thinking, Blink Mars is going to come out. No, he's got Yule Scepter, so it's a little more challenging for him until that Blink is delivered on Courier.
This whole series, it has looked like Ramses is the 5th person in the unranked game.
Yeah. Like,
everyone else on Liga is in Discord, and they're chatting it up and having a good old time. And then there's just, what's this Alch doing?
He has them all pre-muted.
Yeah. Like, that's legitimately, like, with the Weaver game and now this game, it actually feels like that.
Vazia. Ooh. Blink, blink. BB3PX. Phase boots. Thinks about going.
Holding.
Goes on the Void. Silence into stuns. Oh, but Kami silenced again. Doesn't get the time walk off. The Manta Style now jumps away. Have they got the follow through? Warwick's trying to buy a bit of time for his Void to get out of danger here.
Dude, this Puck silence saved him.
Defensively used, and you're right. Warwick saved the day with that silence to keep them back. Pantomim's chasing Merlin, gets the lasso on the Enchantress. They're poking this Alchemist, though. Chemical Rage down in 5 seconds. Kami was really wanting to go back in, gets concocted and blasted on.
You are not going to win a long fight versus this Alchemist who is still at ulti, and you had nothing. It's hard to cut your losses sometimes, but that was definitely a moment for Kami where he had to just get the hell out of there. There was nothing left to gain in that engagement.
There's pings on the top lane. What's going on there?
Janitors getting wild right here with this Frostbite.
Boy, howdy, Bat Rider.
Yeah, drop that ulti.
Who's blue? It's the puck. Yeah, get Warwick a kill. Tap, tap. Easy peasy.
You might wish to retract your last move.
Oh, but hang on. Blink Yule Spear. Alchemist coming from the left-hand side through the Twin Gate. He's got himself an Orchid and Concoction ready. Doesn't even need it. Gets the kill. Picks up the gem. And now the Crystal Maiden. Oh, Concoction was on cooldown. My apologies. So she can TP away. While Roshan is taken at the same time. Big victories across the map there for Liga.
All right. Well, the grip of this game was certainly slipping. You know, things going the way of Nightballs for a while there. Life was looking good, but I'm kind of feeling it now with the Radiance, or sorry, with the Aegis now picked up, and then TA moving towards the BKB. It feels like they should be in control. I think also why I said it's hard to come back as Tidehunter. It's one of these situations, again, where like he has that brief moment where it feels like Blink Mage Slayer can actually do something. Unfortunately, that's kind of gone. Like if you don't have Ravage right now, you feel pretty weak, I would say. Yeah. He is going to go for the Halberd next, but again, Halberd, not the immediate and easy answer to Templar Assassin that it used to be, now that it can be dispelled with BKB. Some of you always got to keep in mind, because it just feels bad now.
They still have that pretty massive team fight combo, especially with the Chrono coming back off cooldown in a couple of seconds. And Crystal Maiden tries to
forces the shard.
Leash with the freezing field. They Chrono the Bat and the TA. They Ravage onto Rebel as well. Some big control. In we go with the Void damage as well. Techie's going to fall, and Liga on this low ground going from river to high ground. The staircases are not safe. They lose the Aegis. Maiden's going to get pounded by the Alchemist, but now Ramses is wide open to getting chased down. What, BKB TP time? He's going to try and run away. Concocting, self-stun, not coming, has the BKB. TA's going to blink back to safety as well. Can they chase? Oh, Vazia, he sees Rebel trying to come in here. Flame Break and a Melt Strike, trying to push him around and dish a bit of damage, but the Anchor. Oh,
he's taunting on him.
Drags her back. Trying to kill it off. Rebel dusted, caught out, went in to save Ramses and dies for it.
Now, we call that pulling a Kami. When there's nothing left to gain, and for some reason you stick around. Kami knew it well. He saw it immediately. He's like, that's my move. We can get him. And great grab there from Vazia. Another humongous item for Tidehunter to be more useful. You know, I just talked about how he's useless without Ravage. Well, I should have spoken more clearly, because the Shard also owns now. So, certainly a fantastic item on this hero.
That Anchor is so annoying. Like 4 hero attacks to kill it. The slow, the duration's 10 seconds. That's pretty irritating. Oh, Puck. Illusion Rune. Oh, but they've got Silence and Lasso there. This game is just like, whoever has the balls to show on the map anywhere just gets crushed. So many silences and stuns.
Oh, it's such a weird one right now.
It also feels like that's like the state of the game recently. Like, how many Orchids and Yules do we see nowadays? Just because there are so many silences, so many ways to catch people.
Well, before that, it was all just Dispersers and Mantas, so...
Yeah.
I like the Yules. They're a little more entertaining. And I can afford it if I play support, so that's nice.
Windlace items are nice.
I guess supports can afford everything these days now, though. You know, especially these guys. I mean, that's got to be the biggest difference in the best teams right now, are these supports that are just looking like cores.
Well, like the Enchantress.
Or like 1J right now, this techie's looking towards a Scythe next. Feeling very bold.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I realized earlier, the draft from Night Pulse, they tried to go for all of their, you know, like Master Heroes, Grandmaster Heroes, whatever it is. Oh, Crystal Maiden is the one outlier.
So close too. Like Platinum, you know, just one below.
I don't know, man. It's not that close. I've been trying to get Warlock from Platinum up. It's just taking so long.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Although I am exclusively playing turbo games, so it's like twice as long as it should be.
Yeah, turbo games are definitely not half of a normal game, you know?
Turbo games last freaking 40 minutes in my bracket.
They might as well give full points
than
at
ranked
this.
games.
Yeah, yeah. They got to get full value right now. Just turn that off with the Dota Plus. Let people get their levels. Who cares?
Yeah. Also, I found it funny that it was FNG saying a while back. I think he was playing. VP were playing against Falcons, and Amar was flaming their offlaner for copying his brooch build, and FNG was like, "We saw this in Turbo games like months ago. If you want to find some more funny builds, go play Turbo." That's where everyone is just like 6-slotted.
Yeah, I remember when the mode first came out, some pro players talk about how they saw stuff. Or like, I think Poppy said one time that he thought of a draft combo because of ability draft.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because like he just happened to get like, some combo of 2 heroes and was like, this would just be straight up good, even though I have to draft 2 heroes for it. Like, this is great.
Yeah, it's great. You can find these little things.
Of course, I need to play ability draft. Am I right, guys?
Oh, come now.
Sorry, he likes ability draft. I had to.
Honestly, I haven't played in a long time.
Exactly.
I don't know, I was hardcore addicted to ability draft for the best part of 2 years. Now I'm reformed-ish, I guess.
You've had a few eras,
I go through.
You had your Invoker era, your Tinker era. Blech.
It's the ADHD hyperfocus. I don't like. I get super hyperfocused onto one thing, and I try to get really good at it, or I enjoy doing it, and then I'm just like, Andy in Toy Story, he drops Woody. Like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
That's you with Invoker.
Literally me with Invoker, Tinker, Huskar, ability draft. I'm just like, next thing, thank you.
Ooh, shiny new update.
Oh,
that's a shiny item. I love Ogre Steel Totem. I mean, I love to hate it, to be more accurate, because it's really, really good.
Unstunnable, undisjointable, just move. It's one of the best.
Oh, we kind of stalled out here a little bit. Everyone's just taking their time, farming it up, waiting for our next potential roach spawn, which is in 1 minute and 20 seconds. And, I mean, the more we stall out, I'm still favoring Liga simply because Nightpulse have to pull off these crazy team fights, which they keep managing. I will give them credit. I don't think it's just like game 1. Like I don't think they should be able to win this, but they've just been outskilling in a lot of instances. And now you got a big breakpoint on Kami there with that 20 talent, the 80 attack speed during Chrono.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have, like BKB or anything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like he's even going for it. He's just going for more kind of scaling items, I guess, rather than team fight items. But that means he's got to be careful. If the Void is the first point of contact, if he dies first, the fight just doesn't exist anymore. You need that Chrono. You need that damage.
I mean, 1J also almost has the Scythe. He's just about to finish it. So that is also something you need to be concerned about.
Oh, this dire vision allows Liga to see everything. Doesn't get dewarded. Sentries placed further north so they don't catch the obs.
Ooh, 1J is running through this wave down bottom. This is kind of dangerous, I would say, because like he circled down here. He knows what he's gonna do. Like everyone knows he's about to come down here and mine like crazy. So I would not be surprised if they came to try and contest this immediately as the Radiant, which they are. And so he's gonna TB back, join his team, smoke up, and play into the mines with his Scythe. Let's see if he can make the big play as Techies.
Wait, that Scythe device is huge. It's just a matter of vision now.
And Ramses, again, not in the call, so he misses the smoke. He's coming now.
Guys?
He's like, who threw this thing? Okay. All right, Faceless Void. Don't get scythed.
That's the rule. That is rule number 1. Do not get scythed by this bloody techies.
They do have a gem on the Mars as well, so they're scouting out what's safe here.
A TA trap, a kobold foreman. The 2 little bits of vision there being utilized by both sides. Bat gets jumped by the puck first. Warwick and Vazia making a move on Pantomime with a coil. And Faceless Void jumps away from the Alk, who self-stuns on the right side. Kami starting to poke and prod at Ramses now with Chemical Rage halfway through duration. He's going to BKB and try and fight into the Void
here we
now.
go, follow-up sight.
Spear. They're catching the techies, jump in onto this Faceless Void, and he's dead. Crystal Maiden got a good freezing field down, but Ramses just opens up with a double kill. Buyback from Yanter, but there's no Faceless Void. He's dead for 70, and Ramses just picks up a triple.
Looks like Tide's going to manage to get out of here. So he jumps all the way back, but man, that did not start out well. They lost Pantomime almost immediately, and now Warwick trying to stick around, knowing that he's going to have to try and make some sort of a sneaky play. Just goes down. Looks like he was trying to get a gem out of there.
And there's 2 hits, right? Melt Strike, God's Rebuke, down you go. Double gem for the Mars now as well.
Drops so that off and back. Immediate Scythe value, right? That was the stun up on the Faceless Void, and he blasts off and hits the Scythe. And just, like, done. No chance at all for the Faceless Void. Even without the Scythe, it looked like he was probably dead. They managed to get a good chain stun off on him before he even hopped in with the blast off. So, very well played there from Liga. Just perfect identification of how they lose that fight. And no Ravage.
I mean, no anything, right? They just got picked apart. Like, it looked good at the start, but yeah, very good kind of isolation from Liga to get onto that Kami Faceless Void. And another situation where Kami is, you know, on that knife's edge, really, really toying with the idea of death. Could pull out some crazy plays, but not to be in that kind of situation.
Gotta get this guy the shard, you know? If you're one of his allies, like, please, dude. It'd be too much if you could just put a shard on someone else, I suppose, huh?
Yeah.
What if it was like 2,000 gold? 3,000. Okay, 3,000 would be too expensive. Then it's fine, I guess. It would just be nice, you know?
But then Tormentor value.
Force my Void to do it.
The Tormentor value. Free 3,000 gold item. Oh. More Tenki's Mines around the top. Twin Gate. Is nighttime? Yeah, nighttime and 10 seconds away. So Roshan's going to go on a bit of a wander,
and everyone's going to go super fast.
And smoky smoke. Are they faking it?
You know, I've never noticed how fast does the speed boost initiate? Is it like the second the timer hits? Like when we go nighttime, you know what I mean?
No idea.
Yeah. I wonder how fast it is.
I mean, it's probably the same... You know when creeps spawn a little late? It's probably that same, like, 2 or 3 second delay. Or like Roshan, right? The timer. It hits 0 and he still waits a couple
exactly
seconds.
what I was thinking, yeah. That's what made me wonder it.
Yeah, not too sure. But it looks like no contest here from Night Pulse. Liga with the easy Roche. Aegis and Cheese.
Any, you know, speaking of gifting things, any value Aghanims to hand out here for our Alchemist? Not real. I mean, honestly, I think Bad is pretty crazy. I think the Bad Eggs is insane now.
Techies is pretty good. I don't think there's anything that's like...
rarely see it, though. Oh, Scythe out.
Yeah? Who's he got? Kami?
It was the Eng. And then Kami showed up.
Oh, nice tried to mount a dodge. Nice. Hurricane. Gets him to high ground, losing a lot of HP, almost dying to the silence out of the Alchemist. Gone to the lasso. Ravage comes too late. Vazia couldn't save his Faceless Void, and now he's going to feel the pain. Templar Assassin right on his back here as Tidehunter getting shoved out of the fight by Ramses and Rebel. Yeah, it's another one of these good target acquisition moments from Liga. They see the Faceless Void, they know exactly who and how they want to kill, and they go straight for it.
And then it's just scraps after. It's just like pretty free ones. Oh, a mech picked up from the Bat Rider. Try and help this push along a little bit here. I mean, credit to Liga. This game was looking pretty rough around 15 minutes. You know? I was like, oh, it's kind of like NP are just going to do it. They had some great team fights, insane chronos so far this game, but in the end, it feels like this is the draft that should be successful if you haven't closed it out by now.
Yeah.
Especially with how they're targeting Faceless Void.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If Kami is the one that's showing and being dangled, he gets gone on, he just dies. He kind of needs to be that. Like, him and Tide, honestly, fulfill similar roles in how they want to enter the fight. They don't want to be that first person. They want to be the second wave. Like, the second initiation to, you know, catch people post-BKB or just to surprise them with a big AoE ulti. Which leaves, you know, Enchantress, who is trying to scale in an awkward position because she has to be the frontliner. Because, my god, Puck and Crystal Maiden are not doing that.
No, they got nothing in that regard.
A couple of Mind Breakers. Alk and Puck both getting their hands on some nice tier 4 neutral items.
It's actually so similar to last game as well with Kami and the BKB between the Monkey King and the Faceless Void. It's pretty much the same situation where it's like, could this BKB have been just like a little bit earlier? I think Void, it's a little bit harder. But we're certainly missing it right now in a lot of these engagements. And also, that corrosive weaponry is just destroying him. Like, the stacks, like, he gets up to 10 stacks so fast.
A brand new sentence that I've never heard before. That corrosive weaponry is destroying him.
Hey, man, it's good. It's, you know, stats resistance, baby. He's just getting chain stun and dying.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Can't appreciate a good corrosive weaponry, huh? What about a good corrosive haze?
Corrosive haze, yes. I just can never tell if corrosive weaponry is doing anything. It just doesn't exist in my brain, you know.
It's kind of like arcane aura, I think.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really see it.
You feel it while you're playing, but you don't see it while you're watching.
I mean, I feel it when I'm watching his Faceless Void, looking at his time walk, and be like, when the hell does this guy get a time walk? Because he's just chain stunned.
Wait, time walk's there. You can farm some ancients with it.
Someone smoke Kami. I want to see him get in there. Make a play. Chrono and Aegis. What could go wrong? So one more minute. One more minute. They want to try and wait this out. Obviously, we all talk about there's 2 counters to Faceless Void. Chrono, Faceless Void's Chrono, and that's Aegis and Buyback.
Well, they're on the TA trying to burn her first life.
Dude, dead in the water, baby.
That was pretty quick.
Oh!
He's going to come in and Chrono the TA. Looking for the second kill. Rebel's dead. Ramses has jumped in here, trying to fight back. Difficult times, though. They've got the lasso to catch the Void. He's going to fall. Taken down by Pantomime. Arena's down. The Tide and Maiden getting speared up to the side of the Colosseum. He gets off his Ravage Vazia, sure. And Chandra's starting to unload some damage now, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Merlin left stranded. But Ramses, oh my god! Oh, he popped the cheese. He ate something very tasty, but he's still dying to this Enchantress. Rebel has returned. A buyback from TA needed. Desperately needed, because Warwick with Merlin shredded Ramses. Puck now available to jump away to the orb and maybe escape. Blinks away from the trap silence. Really nicely done.
Meanwhile,
Who needs Void?
Old Mars!
Vajia's still going to get speared up. Buyback from Merlin going to come back into this fight. Rebel, he's got a DD going, but he bought back for this. Dangerous times for this TA if she can't get away. The anchor is on her. Dead weight in the water. Lasso onto the Puck, though, and the burst.
What a lasso.
Coming out of the TA and the Mars, but Rebel's dead. 2 minutes, no TA. Mars gone as well. Warwick and Merlin getting a double kill on this Enchantress.
How much damage has Merlin done?
Fight recap for that Enchantress damage. Mike, that was like 12k damage in a team fight or something insane.
Which team fight? All of them put together, maybe? Like, that was... We're not even going to get to see it all, unfortunately.
Well, there was 8k in I guess there was
oh,
one
mine
big
looks
fight.
totally different than that one. That's good.
Oh,
Dude.
does it? What does mine say? I've got the same one as Earson, it looks like.
Oh, mine only had like 1,000. Maybe I got fight number 2. Mine had like 1,500. We can add them together, I'd say. It's pretty safe.
So Faceless Void
10K.
was the catalyst for the
He just bought and delivered Shard as well on the edge.
Oh, hell yeah. Spranking time. Did she have a thingy? Specialist array?
I don't know. Why?
She didn't. Because I thought I saw, like, I don't know,
I think that courier just gave it to her. I might be wrong. That might have been CM's courier. But either way, no, CM got it over there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They somehow want to fight, but they are now high ground.
Disarm? Alchemist Halberton has to BKB. There's still no TA for 40 seconds.
Kami's here now.
Void, yeah, he's respawned. He's back in action. Barracks are falling. So they can't go to any of the other lanes, though. Tier 2s are still standing. So this is a mid lane and run away situation. Unless they get a fight where they, you know, kill some people under tier 4s.
I just can't believe they're going to get mid lane first.
That's incredible. All right, mid lane, run away.
Man, great capitalization here from Night Pulse again. Like they don't get that many opportunities. Well, okay, game 1 they got a lot of opportunities for mistakes. This game they haven't gotten as many opportunities for in terms of mistakes, but they've been making the most of them. And oh no, oh god, the cursed item. It's there on Mars. We're doing it.
Oh no.
Broach into rapier, baby.
Oh no. No. Honestly, I've not seen it in a little bit. I've seen a lot of this Yule's Octarine build with like no Broach, no rapier.
Yeah. I like the Octarine build a lot. Or Refresher, obviously, is the other big one.
Yeah.
I mean, the Refresher also fits well in this build because, you know, double smack. In case you've been living under a very happy rock and you guys haven't seen this build, you go Revenant's Broach, you go Rapier, maybe a couple Rapiers. And it just does a lot of damage because you're doing physical stuff, you're doing magical stuff. Rapier has been buffed to add damage onto both of them. And it just gets nutty very quickly. Does that sum it up pretty well there, Gary?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what, throughout... Well, we've had like 3 decently sized tournaments in the past couple of months. All 3 of them have been plagued by this Mars Broach Rapier build, and then PA came out the last DreamLeague as well. Army was spamming a lot of Phantom Assassin with the Rapier builds too. Broach, it's just Broach Rapier. It is pretty busted. Now it's waiting time.
But very cataclysmic sometimes for your own team. We have seen some errors.
Yes, quite a few.
I won't name
Void
names,
Illusion.
but it's similar to TJ. That's as far as I'll go. I mean, it's a mix-up on the letters.
Oh yeah, what a puzzle. Tide right on top of the Mars. Vazia says hello to BB3PX. Inside the Roche pit, Warwick has gone deep. Far to the bottom right-hand corner where Kami goes in with a chrono. Self-concoction, Ramsey's dead. Catching out the techies as well. Rebel getting picked off on the right-hand side.
Did they lose?
Did they just lose?
Mid lane. Is it over?
This might just be over. They've got no buyback status. TA, of course, doesn't. Alchemist is 1,400 gold away from it. They've got Yules on a Batrider to stop him in his tracks. Batrider's about to die as well. With
a
buyback
they don't know,
on
though.
him.
They don't know there's no Alch buyback, so they can't YOLO down mid. Because they have no like Chrono, they have no Ravage, so that's kind of fair. But they definitely get Aegis.
Where's he spawning? Nighttime, top left. Yeah,
It's going to be just a little bit after they check it. Dude, that was crazy because like Ramsey's doing a good job because he's sitting there not popping the BKB as he's just stuck inside of Dreamcoil. That is definitely what you're supposed to be doing. He's waiting. But when the Void jumps in, he did not BKB. And he just died. He was just gone immediately. Because like maybe during the chrono that could have saved him. I don't think it would have in that situation necessarily, but you have to at least try. But he doesn't get it off. So not a hope in the world. And if they go check this roast, they're going to find themselves a fresh Aghanim Scepter.
Man, in hindsight, so I'm sitting here thinking that wasn't a particularly well executed fight by Night Pulse. Like the Tide jumps on the Mars, I'm thinking like, you know, what's going on? What's the game plan? But I think that first move, making sure that Mars isn't given the choice of who he jumps, so there's no Arena Spear on Puck or Void, means that Tide gives... Like, Tide overplaying and jumping the Mars gives his 2 other cores complete freedom to do what they want.
Yeah, and it just breaks up this ability for them to essentially, like, have an isolationist view of, like, we just kill Phaseless Void. Like, they have to actually look at another hero for once and be like, what's this guy do? What is dead in the water?
Was there an anchor? The ball and chain is here.
What is on me? Oh, I see. Using taking note here, we got cheese and 8 healing lotus. Oh no! Did not use the cheese, thankfully.
Oopsie doopsie.
Died really fast though.
Oh, hang on. Chrono is caught 3 inside of it. Enchantress unloading the damage. Vazia has Ravage in a second, but I don't think he's gonna need it. Oh baby!
What is happening? All right, I apologize. I texted my wife and said, and I quote, sorry. We are going to game 3. Almost certainly. Like, right before that bottom fight. Because she's up there with the kids by herself right now. So, my bad. I'm sorry, League of fans. I cursed this.
Well, Ramses is trying something here.
There it is.
He's tried to call GG. He has succeeded at calling GG. But that... Yeah. Okay, well, the game's over. Series legend. Oh, fucking got him. That was a series. That was a Dota 2 video game.
Dota 2 was
2-0
played
victory.
today.
I mean, Nightpulse played well in this series. I think
They
we can
did.
say that.